Marching bands play loud and proud to be named Best in State.
A Utah congressman sets a high goal for the future to reduce emissions 50% by 2030.
Food insecurity broadened, it widened, and it was very severe.
Utah families in need will receive 1 million meals from a group fighting to end hunger. Welcome to Universe Live. It's Wednesday, October 13th. I'm Harley Huntsaker.
And I'm Emily Jones. Studies from the National Alliance on Mental Illness found that 1 in 6 people ages 6 to 17 in the U.S. experience a mental health disorder, and nearly half of all mental illness begins by age 14.
A creative new game developed by a professor and a psychologist aims at helping children recognize and process their emotions.
Cosmic Battle Training. It's like a Pokemon type game, but it's a space battle where players attack and defend.
But the cards are more than just a game. Each card has a cognitive behavioral therapy concept that guides and encourages children in the processing of their feelings.
It was kind of almost a metaphor that kids would enjoy playing and find interesting, helping them, kind of giving a vehicle to be able to think about things and learn some other ways of approaching stuff.
John Cox developed the idea for the game 10 years ago. While working in the outpatient clinic for children and adolescents at the University of Utah, Cox realized he just wasn't satisfied with the tools available.
It is meant to teach children about the concepts of cognitive behavioral therapy.
The game creatively encourages players to attack and create defenses. Yet, at the bottom of each card is a cognitive behavioral therapy concept that ties into the action of the card.
So as they're learning to play the game, they're learning which skills apply to which symptoms.
While the game was created for children struggling with mental health,
my hope was that it would be fun enough and interesting enough that any child would want to play it and enjoy playing it, and that they could benefit from it, whether they're struggling or not.
Cox gave advice on how to help people dealing with mental illnesses, whether young or old.
The foundation is love and acceptance, and if you are able to communicate to somebody that you care about them, you love them, you support them, and you want to be there to listen and to help, that's like the foundation. That's the best thing you can do.
The game Cosmic Battle Training, which took Cox about 10 years to complete, is for sale on Amazon.
Grim news this morning as Utah surpasses 3,000 COVID-19 deaths. The Utah Department of Health reported 31 more deaths over the past 4 days, bringing the total to 3,025 deaths since the beginning of the pandemic. About 10% of the last 1,000 Utahns to die from the virus were under the age of 45. Utah's ICUs are filled to 93% of their capacity. Meanwhile, the state has seen no deaths among vaccinated Utahns younger than 50 years old. 66.2% of eligible Utahns are fully vaccinated. The Utah Department of Health hopes to see this number rise before the holidays. For COVID-19 statistics specific to Utah County, the Utah County Health Department has a helpline at 801-851-HELP. This hotline is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4 p.m. You can also sign up for important health updates by texting UC Health to 888-777 or follow the Utah County Health Department on Twitter at UCHD.
Governor Cox plans to let the state of emergency for drought expire at the end of this month. Cox will allow the state of emergency to lapse on October 31st without instating a new one. New pandemic laws have changed the system so that the Utah legislature can extend a state of emergency, not the governor. Utah's Department of Natural Resources advised that the state of emergency should extend until the end of the year. Cox says that he understands Utah is not out of the woods yet, and they will continue reevaluating in the upcoming months.
Senator Kirk Cullimore wants to cut Utah's emissions in half by 2030. The Sandy representative has proposed what he calls the most ambitious air quality bill in Utah's history. Senator Cullimore says Utah's poor air quality is holding us back. He has proposed new motor vehicle incentives for lower emission cars, a 50% reduction of pollution from homes and buildings through new building standards, and a simplified cap and trade program to set limits on large industrial polluters. The bill will be discussed further during the 2022 general session.
Every year, the BYU hosts the Rocky Mountain Marching Invitational, where high schools across Utah go head-to-head on LaVell Edwards Stadium.
Allie O'Rulian is live at the stadium to tell us how this year's competition was extra challenging. Allie?
I'm live at LaVell Edwards Stadium, where BYU hosts the Rocky Mountain Marching Invitational. And despite the weather, nothing can rain on this parade.
It's raining. It's pouring. Judges keep scoring. Hats on their heads, no music read, and performances far from boring. The Rocky Mountain Marching Invitational hosts high school marching bands across Utah to perform in LaVell Edwards Stadium.
It's seriously an unreal feeling performing for a live stadium.
And with 22 bands competing this year in 4 different size divisions,
Thank you for flying Cedar Valley Airlines.
The pressure is on. And band members are feeling pretty similar.
Nervous and excited.
Nervous, but really excited.
Last year, COVID canceled the event, but this year, not even the rain is stopping the schools. But it does pose a challenge.
Performing in the rain is a little bit tough just because it's cold and wet, but I think it also just makes us extra excited to be here.
Adjudicators judge bands in 6 different ways, ranging from music to visuals to percussion. And at the end of the night, 7 awards will be given within each division.
And winning is just extra validation that they have worked hard, they do deserve to be here.
BYU's own marching band performs at the end of the night, showing high schools what a high-level collegiate marching band looks like. Parents watch and support in the stands as temperatures dip below 40 degrees and the rain keeps pouring.
It's cold, but they did great.
But the awards and the experience makes it all worth it.
If you want a piece of this performance, BYU's marching band is performing November 3rd at the Dejong Concert Hall. Live for Universe Live, I'm Allie O'Rulian.
Thanks, Allie. Silicon Slopes, Hunger Fight, and Brainstorm Incorporated are teaming up to package 1 million meals over the next 2 days.
We're trying in this project to do 1 million meals. But the other thing I'd love you to remember is look at the rest of the week, the rest of the month, and the rest of the year.
At this year's Silicon Slopes, there's more than just a convention going on. A service project packing 1 million meals will also be a highlight of the convention. This year, they will be packing mac and cheese to provide food for the Utah Food Bank. These meals will feed hungry families throughout the state.
Wedding bells are in the air and in demand this season as more couples are looking to seal the deal.
So this whole situation has really caused a surge like I have never seen before.
We'll show you how wedding vendors are keeping up and what couples are doing to prepare for the perfect wedding.
We are seeing the sun right now, but that is about to change. I'll tell you when the next storm is headed our way, and it's closer than you might think.
Where's Tommy?
I thought he was with you.
No.
Jack.
Tommy?
Go get him.
Don't stop. Keep playing. Here we go. Here's the fun part.
Did you do this?
Great job.
Encouragement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Planning a wedding can be stressful, but add on a global pandemic and it can be a real treat.
Universe Live reporter Alexa Larson tells us how wedding vendors and couples are continuing to adapt to COVID-19's impact on the wedding industry.
COVID-19 has had its effects on every industry in the world, but one industry in particular that has been dramatically affected is the wedding industry.
So this whole situation has really caused a surge like I have never seen before.
After months and months of canceled and postponed weddings, couples are excited to celebrate. The industry is seeing a surge in couples planning weddings for this year, as well as 2022 and 2023.
It's predicted that next year, 2022, will be one of the biggest years for weddings ever.
As a result, the demand for vendors has never been higher.
People are really wanting their weddings to be something really special because a lot of people have pushed it off. So because of that, they are booking their vendors really far ahead of time to make sure that they really have who they want.
A couple has an endless list of things to do to prepare for a wedding, from sourcing flowers, ordering a wedding dress, renting a venue, booking a photographer, to mailing out their invitations. Because of both the high demand and supply chain issues, couples and their vendors are facing many new challenges.
COVID does present a lot of challenges, though, for flowers in this industry especially, because there are so many shortages of everything. This last month, there was a huge shortage for white flowers. So anywhere, any wholesale place that you went, you couldn't find white flowers at all. Like the only place you could find it is Costco.
My dress took a long time and there was very limited inventory at the time when I was dress shopping.
Lesson is, if you're looking to tie the knot, you better get a jump on it sooner rather than later. Reporting for Universe Live in Utah County, I'm Alexa Larson.
You are looking at live cameras in the infamous Park City. Look at all of that snow. It's been a while since we've seen this amount of powder, but we're going to especially see this in the higher altitudes this winter. And I just love this pano across the mountains. It is just breathtaking. From this, it looks like we're going to have a really fun winter ahead of us. For our radar today, you can see behind me that Utah, we're just covered in a little bit of clouds, but we're sandwiched right in between these two storms that will come hit us by tonight and tomorrow. So that's when the next snowstorm / rain will hit us. But from the storm that we saw yesterday, this is what the numbers were around Utah. In Park City, we had 15 inches, Alta 14 inches, Logan 11.5 inches, Cedar City 10, and Heber City got 6 inches as well. And we can see that just moving up as we get more into this winter season. But let's take a look at what's happening in today's temperatures in the Beehive State. We are all at a hard freeze warning, which means if you have any exposed pipes as well as vegetation, cover them up to protect them from the colder temperatures. And then at night as well, we're getting really cold in the 28 degrees all throughout Price and Moab. It's going to be 38 degrees at night, Richfield 27. This for southern Utah, all you're going to see is suns all weekend long, but chilly as well. And then for northern Utah, that's when we're going to see the snow. And then the sun will come out into that weekend, but really cold at night, 38 degrees Saturday as well. And that's all we have for the weather. It's going to be really chill, you guys.
Isabel, are you excited for the snow?
I am, yes. It's going to be super fun, and I love it.
Good. That's awesome.
Thanks for joining us today for Universe Live.
Have a great day.